Hey guys, welcome to the weekly reading. Just want to see what's going to be up for the collective this week. See how many I can light with this one thing before it burns all to oblivion. Almost there. Oh, so close, guys. So close. Last week was very interesting energy-wise, especially with some of the planets going direct. Lots of retrograde stuff happening for the collective. Like, are you sure you want to not deal with this anymore? Let's bring it all back up. So, sorry, this week is, this is for the week of October 18th, which is a Monday, to October 24th. Yep. I don't even know what cards I want to pull right now. I just feel like I just want to do a collective, and then for the divine feminines, and then the divine masculines, whatever spirit wants to know about this week, and some guidance. Okay. Let's pull some cards. I put all my cards away because I was trying to keep a tidy altar, but here we are. So I have a couple new decks that, this is one of my new decks, the Green Witch Oracle, and the Numerology cards wanted to come out and play. They're not new, but they wanted to come out and play today. And yes, I want to utilize some tarot because I want to get a grasp of some kind. This particular deck needs to sit under selenite every time I use it because it draws in the energy like a mother trucker. Trucker, guys, not the other word, trucker. Trucker. Okay. Ooh. I have not used this deck in a long time, and it wants to come out and play. So here we are. So Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. This is the Mermaid Tarot. I don't have the box because it's big. The Green Witch Oracle and the Numerology guidance cards. So let's get started with the collective. Okay, let's just get started with the collective. What can we expect for the collective? I'm getting a lot of fours. So effort, stability, for some responsibility. Okay. Whether that means you being responsible or people just learning to take responsibility for themselves. Ooh, interesting. So we have Rosemary, we have Leo energy, we have memory. 16, self-love through knowledge. Okay. And victory, Aries. Okay, 44, destined growth. So I really feel like we're going to see a lot of growth in the collective. And the interesting thing with the self-love through knowledge, right? Here's why I feel like why responsibility came up. I feel like with responsibility, people don't want to take responsibility for themselves because there's this part of them that doesn't want to be blamed, right? It's, again, we've got a lot of childhood stuff coming up around being like, okay, what is it? What is it that hinders you from just being like, you know what? this is how I feel, or you know what, yeah, I did that and I did it for this reason, but I did it for myself. Like, just really being able to see oneself. I really feel like the collective is being given that gift, perhaps of memories of the past, to see where you've, you know, failed to be supported or supported yourself. But there's a victory energy here, okay? I just want to see. Yeah. Deeper levels of connection with people, right? It's really hard to have a deep connection with anyone outside of yourself when you haven't taken the time to have a deep connection with yourself. And so I feel like the more people realize that, and here's the really crazy thing. Oh yeah, look at that, the Ace of Wands. So this is fire. We have lots of fire energy coming in for support. Oh my goodness. That makes so much sense, because the full moon in Aries is coming on the 20th. So is that like Wednesday? The 20th of October. Guys, this is wild. Okay, so here's the thing about learning more about yourself and being responsible for yourself and your wounds and your feelings and all of these things. When you get real solid in all of that stuff, there's nothing that anyone can say about you. There's nothing that anyone can bring to your table and say anything about, because you are solid in you. So I feel like both the divine feminines and the divine masculines are really going to be empowered by this fiery energy. And it's in being in Aries, right? We've got that Aries, that passion Aries, that I mean, there aren't a whole, I don't know. I know the zodiac signs, but I don't know them as well as some people. But I feel like Aries is one of those signs that just unabashedly accepts themselves. Like, you know, much to the chagrin of maybe the other tarot, the other zodiac signs, but they're the kind of like, here we are. What are you going to say about it, you know? But they have a different kind of courage. So I just feel like that's really going to help the collective this week. So. Okay, what else do we have here? The Rainbow Prince, compensation and perseverance. We have balance and peace and love through empowerment. Okay, so we have a couple of 8s showing up here, a couple of 6s, love and empowerment. Okay, we've got the 4s there. We've got effort to create. So I feel like this card. So I'm going to be clear. I have a real issue sometimes with the whole compensation thing. I've been a good girl. I want my reward, right? Why am I not being rewarded for all the hard work I'm doing? This is something that I've just been really processing myself, but I feel like we are, again, taught from a very young age about how when we behave, we get rewarded. So, but Spirit is coming in and saying, and this is how you know it's real, because I don't buy into this stuff, but your perseverance is paying off. It's going to pay dividends for you. Look at the magic that he's opening up to. Okay, if it's not the magic of your connection yet, it's absolutely the magic of yourself. And the more you open up to the magic of yourself, the more you'll receive the magic of your connection. So I really feel that this is going to be a powerful catalyst week. And that could mean one of two things. That could mean, okay, let's see. Yeah, look at that. And then we have 22 for intuition. So that could mean that you have some self-discovery moments, which can be very, very towering emotionally as you reflect and reclaim yourself. And so you could feel emotional, you could have breakdowns, but understanding that the breakdown is the breakthrough. And there's actually nothing wrong with that. And it can be a beautiful process if you can open to it. It doesn't feel good at the time, but once you're out of it, you don't even realize sometimes how heavy you are with what you're carrying. So really igniting that intuitive part of yourself to shed the filters that you may be using, unknowingly using on your intuition, on your gifts, right? We have those filters, the filter wounds. Okay, so for the divine feminines this week, Ooh, I love this so much. I do like broccoli. I prefer broccoli with cheese, but I do like broccoli. But this is the leadership card. So we do have Gemini energy. We have the Six of Love, but what I love about this coming out under the Divine Feminines is that this tells me that there's going to be an energy of the Divine Feminines taking leadership in their lives, in the connection, really honoring the role they chose to incarnate in this lifetime. And I have to tell you, it doesn't mean that you're responsible for your divine masculine if you're a divine feminine watching. It just means that everything that you do actually propels the connection. It propels the two of you. Like it just oh, and we have Libra. Sorry, I didn't mean to leave Libra out. You know I love y'all. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, the Three of Wands. Again, more Aries energy. But the Three of Wands is very much it's intentional thought. It's having purpose with your intentions. It's being able to envision your future with a particular focus in mind. And sometimes it's sort of like waiting for your ship to come in, like you've done all this work. I feel like sometimes we're meant to also commandeer our own ship. Or we're not even meant to go out and get it. It's just sort of, we're meant to magnetize it to us. So how you lead yourself and how you lead your connection is going to be what is in alignment for you. There's not going to be there's not going to be a cookie cutter way for everybody. So whatever you are doing or being guided to do, heart-centered, from a heart-centered space, to move into your new timeline, okay, that's what you need to be doing. And it's for you to take leadership and understand that you actually lead this connection. You actually lead it because you came in to be the one to deal with the energetic side of things. Okay. Ooh. The Dream Walker. Dreams, collective good, illusions, another 8. Okay. Another 8, guys. Okay. So dreams, again, they're going to ramp up. If they've diminished a little bit for you, I do see there's going to be... Here's the interesting thing. For those of you that are like, well, I don't remember my dreams, I don't think you're meant to. You can probably remember how they felt, or you could be like, wow, that was wild, but I can't remember why. Just to understand that that's energy you're clearing out, you're moving out. Many of the Twin Flame Collective are dream walkers. So we do healing in our dreams. We do warrior work in our dreams. For some of us, like I know with myself, you know, I I bring in new timeline codes and I close out old timelines. Like there's all kinds of things that we do in our dreams. And I really feel like maybe this week you're going to be opened up to what you're actually doing, and it's really just going to bolster the confidence you have in yourself. Look at that, spiritual partnership. You know what I love about this? Here's the thing. We know that the Twin Flame Collective is it's an energetic based, spirit based connection, and really the real key to it is to first have union with yourself. Second, understand the union, the inner union you have with your divine counterpart. And then open up to all the possibilities of physical union with your person. And I really feel like this is going to amplify inner union for you and help you understand divine feminines on a very much deeper level, how much you and your divine masculine are actually connecting and working together, whether you're together in the physical. I feel like there's going to be a really big shift. And some divine feminines are not going to like this, and that's okay. It's their path. They're going to do what they need to do. But there's going to be a big shift in the collective to go inward to connect with their divine masculine. And that's where there's going to be a whole other level of abundance of magic. And the divine masculine's higher self, I feel, is going to come in and really become a massive support. Look at that. That candle just went out. Okay, Spirit, I hear you. I hear you. So there may be... And with this 9, it's going to end the twin flame relationship as you understand it for some of the divine feminines. And for those of you that kind of understand this concept, it's going to elevate it to a whole new level. It's like, they're showing me like professional sports when you're like in an amateur league and going to the professional league. Like it's going to be a huge shift. And even though I feel a little anxiety around that, the anxiety is going to be, the word they're using is quelched, squashed, something like that, by the immense gratitude you have. It's not even just gratitude, it's like the immense, you can't argue with it. Like there's nothing, your doubt, your self-worth, your whatever it is, can't argue with the power of the energy you're going to experience this week, Divine Feminines. Okay, so for the Divine Masculines this week, ooh, yeah, so this is going to be good. So we've got 28. They're going into a transitionary period. Do you see how they're... So here's something that Spirit wants me to bring up that I feel is is going to be really important to understand. So the Divine Feminines are always ahead of the Divine Masculines as far as ascension goes, growing, expanding, right? The Divine Feminine leads the way because they're doing all the energetic stuff. And then the Masculines follow suit in the physical. So when the Divine Feminines are purging and going through things, the Divine Masculines are fairly balanced and okay. When the Divine Masculines are purging and what have you, the Divine Feminines are marginally okay. So I feel like they're stepping out of their dark night of the soul energy and just re-energized by life a little bit, but they're still in the in-between. And with this Virgo energy, I do feel like there's going to be some critical thinking on their behalf, which can be very detrimental sometimes, but it can also be very enlightening. So you may feel the wobble of your Divine Masculine. However, I know that some people in the Twin Flame Collective get confused by this. They think that their divine counterpart is mirroring them all the time. Your divine counterpart mirrors back to you things about yourself, okay, based on what they're doing. And you have parallels, so you might be learning the same lessons at the same time, or you might be learning certain things at the same time, but your ascension process doesn't happen at the same time because one of you always has to be in a space of somewhat of stability in order for the other to be able to purge and ascend and release. Okay, so I feel the Divine Masculines, and you might feel this, Feminines, you might feel that shift in the energy because that, even though we're more stable when they're going through their stuff, we still feel it. And when they shift, we feel it. It's, it's a mutual beneficial thing, even though we're not interacting in the physical. Okay, look at that. Look at that. That's all I heard when I saw it go like an explosion. But look at this. So we have the 3 of Swords and we have the 8 of Wands. So this is going to mean a couple different things, and I'm going to touch base on all of them because this is a general reading. So there isn't going to be one specific scenario for everybody. I'm going to try and connect to whoever's meant to come through. So this is a very painful experience that they've just been through, and now they're kind of releasing that energy and they're kind of ascending, right? They're feeling better. They're feeling more confident. They're reaching for the stars, so to speak. I also feel that there could be some of you where your Divine Masculine has experienced something painful, but it's allowed them to open up to communication with you in some way. So whether you actually hear directly from them, from their higher self, or from someone you know, you're going to find out something about your Divine Masculine. It's going to make a lot of sense as to what's been going on with them previously. Okay, so you're gonna have a better understanding, and as you go through this journey, you're gonna recognize more and more that the Divine Masculine tends to ghost and run when they don't want to project their emotional pain onto their Divine Feminine. They would much rather ghost you than put you through whatever they're going through because they're not in a space to communicate or offer anything. So the more, some pairs need to go through that dance more to get a better handle on it, to get a better understanding of it. And some just naturally know that. So, all right, let's get a couple more for the Divine. Yeah, the ringmaster of scrutiny. So discernment, clear vision, details. And we have a 9. So we know something is cycling out for them, but the clarity they have, you know, it's not like this confusing jumble. It's not fog. It's very clear. And sometimes, and I think that's why I talked about up here, where sometimes we take responsibility for ourselves, and in doing so, it's very painful to see the choices that we've made. And I feel like the divine masculine is going to be going through these spaces of just being, oh my God, why am I so stupid? Why didn't I see this? But I'm going to tell you this, if your divine masculine isn't watching, I'm going to tell you so that they can receive it through your energy, through their higher self. Hindsight is awful, because we often look back at the things we've done when we didn't have all the information, and then we judge ourselves because we didn't make the right choice. Again, this is childhood wounding, where we're constantly thinking that we should have done better because we were told we should know better all the time. But here's the thing, we don't know what we don't know until we know it. And I really feel like if you can hold space for your masculine to figure their stuff out, to just come to their conclusions on their own, it's going to make them feel so much better about themselves. They're probably going to beat themselves up for a bit, but then they're also going to come to a space of like, you know what, I didn't know what I didn't know, and now that I know, I'm going to do better. And it's just, and divine feminines, if you're experiencing that, know that you can also apply that to yourself. How do you argue with that card? Yeah, they're becoming really clear with, can't make that up either. Here's the thing, whether I don't feel like a lot of them are going to be acting on their new beginning at any time, not in this week period. Some could. There's no definitives here, but I really feel like they're going through what they're going through so that they don't repeat the mistakes they've made from the past. So this new beginning truly is a new beginning. It's a new path. It's a new way, new choices, new responses, new reactions. And I really feel that there's going to be a real upswing in empowerment in the collective this week. And if you're watching this and it's like Monday and you're not feeling it yet, give it time. Give it time. You may not even, it may not even happen this week for you. Maybe it'll happen 2 weeks from now. But to understand that this is where the collective is moving to. And if you're part of the collective, you're part of that. Okay. So I hope that this has helped, guys. Be your peace, love yourself, share your light, and have an amazing week.